Next, we have Mississippi State. Their line is set at 6 wins. 4-7 last year, Mike Leach's first season. It started with a bang. We've talked about it against LSU. And then it seemed like everyone after that decided to just play zone, and they couldn't figure it out. But this year, Will Rogers, he's the favorite to win the quarterback job. And Mike Leach has said that it takes him 2 years to implement his offense. We'll see if that's true. Most of their skill position talent is back. Surprisingly, the defense was the strength of the team last year. They did not have a good offense after everyone figured them out, but the defense was good. Their corners, Emmanuel Forbes and Martin Emerson, are stars. This line is pretty good as far as just 6 wins. This was actually surprisingly tough for me, but I'll put it to you first. What do you think?
I have them going under. I think a lot of the reason is how much I love NC State this year. We've talked about that in our ACC pod. I think NC State will be really, really good. So yeah, I do have them going under. They're playing in the, for me, what is probably the toughest. The SEC West is really a gauntlet. I think there's not many easy games, especially when you schedule tough non-cons. So yeah, I don't see how they get there. Mike Leach, he's proved everyone wrong so many times in his coaching career. He has. Will Rogers, he threw for, I think it was like 1,900 yards last year as a true freshman last year. So yeah, 1,900, almost 2,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. They were all very short, though. I do want to just point it out, and you mentioned it. It felt like all you really had to do last year was to play just the short intermediate zone with the linebackers, just kind of take away that 5 to 7 yard crossing route, and they just kind of run those mesh routes. And once you ran the zone, it kind of just totally neutralized that offense. Their defense, to your point, is really, really good, especially against the run. They were extremely good against the run. It's even back when we played, when Georgia played them last year, we like literally could not run the ball, and Kirby kept trying to. So yeah, no, I'm up in the air on it. I'll say under. I struggled. They also go to Memphis. Memphis is a decent team. When you schedule a tough non-con, I just don't see it. There's any way that they get there. Do you?
I don't. I'm on the under. The one thing that, and I did mention this was a bit hard for me. The main reason is just because the Mike Leach factor. Like if he does have just a ridiculously dangerous passing attack, they might win a game or two they're not supposed to win. But yeah, it's a tough non-con. NC State and Memphis you mentioned, and it feels like the SEC West, while it might only have one true title contender in Alabama, everyone else feels like they're tough. At least for a team like Mississippi State, this might be like they might end up being the worst team in their division. And man, like I just don't know if a seventh place SEC West team can make a bowl game. I'm on the under. Interested by the team, and you mentioned just kind of the way teams would play them. Jaquavius Marks, their running back, he's back. Just interesting. Last year he had 60 catches, 60 for 268 yards. And it just feels like that's kind of what teams were doing to Mississippi State. Sure, let you have all the 4 yard catches you want. And yeah, I just don't know. I want to give Mike Leach some benefit of the doubt because he has done this at other programs and has been successful. This is tough. Like this is probably the toughest job he's taken, just relative to the rest of his division. Obviously, Washington State turned them into a solid program. Texas Tech did the same thing. So I'm not totally down on them. Like as far as the future, it might take another year or two. So I'm on the under as well. Any more thoughts on them?
No, not really. I mean, I think with Leach, with what he's doing, this is a different thing though than the Pac-12 and the Big 12 at Washington State and Texas Tech respectively. This is a different thing. He's going in the SEC West, which is it's a grind. Like it is a real grind to get wins there. Every game's tough. Every week you're gonna have to play someone that's really, really good and has NFL caliber DBs to play against and really good defensive coordinators to match up against. So you saw the West kind of scheme him out and figure him out. He's an old fox. Like, he has tricks up his sleeve. Like, there is no doubt that he will make adjustments, and they will have a good offense. They're not going to continually be bad at offense. But yeah, I'm with you. I think it'll take a little bit for him to figure that out yet. Give him another year or two.
Sure.